What a fucking day. Alright, so kind of faffled it, kind of fucked up my hand, which is alright. It is November 14th. Honestly, we've been trying to really commit to learning a new system in ourselves and just how to be a little bit better than we were. I tried Orb, I could not understand Orb. I tried a lot of things and I still didn't understand it, but I had my breakthrough in the sense of supply and demand and using other videos. I have really learned a lot. So what we see here, and I'm going to come out to a larger time frame, and I'm actually going to go down to MNQ just because there's not. Oh well, I lied. If we get rid of this real quick, we could see clearly on a daily time frame, we had pushed down and we tried, right? We made that lower high here. So down, retested, lower high, fade. Easily could have faded here for 300 to even here. That's almost 900 points. That's a perfect risk reward, just over 2R. So now we have bottom ticked and bought at demand. So what does that mean? Well, it means quite a few things. We have an opportunity now to rip to all-time highs, right? Which, granted, you could have bought down here. You could have easily risked 300 points for damn near 50. That's a 5R trade, right? Obviously, not many people would do that, but it is options. It's an option. So we see here, came down, tested demand, bounced very hard, head and shoulders, right? Came into it day before, and I'm going to try to just quickly go through this with you, right? Day before, I actually had a really great setup. I fucking messed up. My level was not clean enough, but if you look, sorry about that. Fucking try to get you a little bit more size. There we go. You can't miss this. That's a huge head and shoulder, right? One head. And the idea is you could take the break or take the retest. Which one's a little bit safer? If you're saying the break, you're fucking stoned, right? You want the retest. This retest allows you to definitively see where risk is and where it's not. You could be risking 70 points to make a huge downside play. 70 for damn near 420 points. If you know math, 6 times 7 is 42. 42 times 10 is 420. So that's a 6R trade from just failing a higher time frame head and shoulders pattern. So yes, there is pattern based, right? But now there's also reasoning. Now, we can talk about a few things, sure. I know a while ago there was, like a video of me taking a short off of a inverted head and shoulders. What is an inverted? We'll take this and flip it, right? So I could try to find it for you. It doesn't really matter if you wanted to call this, right? It wouldn't make sense if we're going into supply to go long. And that's what happened. Not this one, but another one went into supply. I'm like, well, there's no fucking point. I want to see it break, try, and we can retest it and then continue, right? Kind of simple here, right? Break, retest, fail, break down. And that move, if you would have taken that failure, that was an 800 point move from the, I would say, just even damn near bottom. Yeah, 800. Now we're in such a different location. So here is today's play. 1, we are already making a lower low, lower high, lower low. So we needed a lower high to be put in for a new lower low, right? I'm not going to take something up here. This is fucking ridiculous. I bet you money. And now you can see why we don't fucking play with our trades. So this looked terrible to me. And like, oh, okay, I don't want to lose. And we had 20 points. This absolutely looks fucking great now. Right? So, I wanted a break up here to break down. This, however, was a great hourly demand hold. Look at that. Perfect hold. And you're like, okay, but where'd you get the level? Well, look fucking in the past, and you can see this level has been pretty damn near respected. Right? Based. Bounce. Bounce. Rejected. Okay? Push through. Okay? Okay? Bounce. Bounce. It still has its merits. So now, when we get down to a lower time frame, you can see this was honestly the best move. I had to wait. It's my rules. And that's where I fucking kind of was upset. Pushed down beautifully and then sucked right back up. If you understand this, now we're in a small box. So this 100-point box, we broke above it. This was a clean opportunity to have even 50-point risk underneath the EMA, kind of risking that 100 points back into zone. So you could have, and it breaks that structure. Right? Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. And it starts to get really choppy here. So for people who are new, and that's okay, I'm still very new myself. It's okay to say you're not perfect. Right? Actually, this is kind of what you were looking for. Kind of a crazy head and shoulders. But if you look at this, what I'm trying to depict here is actually the steepness of the trade. Look how steep. Steep, steep, steep. And now it's rounding. It's rounding. It bottomed. It pushed through for liquidity. This was a liquidity grab, right? That's a huge thing for a lot of other traders, ICT included, whatever. Obviously, that's not me. That's not my trading style. That's not what I do, and that's fine. But you look at right here, beautiful bullish recovery, right? You could have taken the break. I personally would have waited for it to break this high, right? I want to see it show it's fucking serious. And obviously, this is a very kind of hard trade because you don't know where levels are. But ATR was kind of wide today. That would have been the trade. And now look, it's dumping again. So I'm glad I got out. I'm glad I didn't fuck around with it. So that was the trade I missed, and I really wanted this. But if we look at this with a trailing mindset, that is a 9R trade. Not many people can fucking do that. I cannot do that. And I'm not saying I am a champ. Most people cannot do that. But the goal is to literally take some partials off of it, and let those things fucking run. So I fucked up, and this is the truth. I really did fuck up today. Even though this was a great trade, this is now, let's play the game again. In the markets, most things work in threes. 1, 2, 3. Usually by this point, there is either a stall, right? And then that's how we get head and shoulders patterns, right? We get that kind of mentality. So, where was the best trade for me if I missed this one? It was actually right in your face. Right here. The reason why I say that, for me, just me, not everyone else. You fucked around. We kind of fafoed in this range. Okay? And I'm going to draw a box. Hopefully it doesn't do the whole thing, but if it does, that's no big deal. Okay. I don't do ICT. I just named it because I saw it and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. You know, I've never seen in real life. So for me, that was the box we were playing within. For me to want to go long, has to break above the box and show a lower high put in. Is that not what we see? Now the issue is we have 25,000, which is a huge level. Right? This level is a daily level. That's why it's red. Bounce, bounce, push, bounce, bounce. So we see the severity of that level. Okay? Look at all the rejections, the bounces. Like, it's decent. It's a very big fucking level. If it were to fake us out, and that's what I was afraid of, is it actually peaking above, right? That sucks. Right? And then push. It could have easily faked. And then now you have the absolute gold mine to the bottom. That's alright. Right? This easily could have just faked, break and retested, and dumped. And that's what, honestly, I was kind of thinking. Why do I say that? I don't know. You tell me. Same kind of idea, but it's a little bit different. A rhyme different, right? We stayed in the same range, right? We stayed in the same box and we rejected that top box in a supply beautiful area. Did I do that? No, I took this. This was my short initially for a break and retest. It got bought up. I became liquidity, quote unquote, because I'm still not funded. Pushed in, rejected hard as hell. Beautiful opportunity for shorts to get a great entry, risking 50 points. Again, easily, almost and it goes down to 300, by the way. Like, just letting you know, way past 300. What I liked was I'm gonna do it a little exaggerated, right? But we retested here. That's a great indication we're targeting somewhere else, right? We fucked over all the buyers who really had power, and sellers said no. And that is a top-down analysis of a larger time frame, then bleeding into a smaller time frame. So, right, smaller time frame, consistent high, lower lows, lower highs, a little bit of a rebound. Could not get over this. This was kind of line in the sand. Break down, and that's a head and shoulders. So now we have a downtrend pushing into a head and shoulders. So down movement on top of a downward pattern, because most people trade a little bit of pattern based. Then when we go down, we broke that pattern, right? We broke this downward pattern, and I got in on additional down. So it's down, down, down. This is for me, that's probably the highest probability for most traders to trade with the trend. And I couldn't even do that. I had to get out right here because I was mentally just exhausted. Because I'm still learning. I'm still doing a lot. So when you see my videos, I'm not a perfect trader, but I'm giving you my idea and my point of view. I would have liked, obviously, to take it and cut at the 2 to 1. I only trade 2 contracts. And then the last one, push it to a break even. And look at that. That would have been fucking baller. But I'm also learning discipline. So once I get up to 3, maybe 4 or 5 contracts, I will definitely take the 2R, cut majority, and leave 1 to run, and leave it to a break even. Right? Because that's going to get you these big days. Okay? So you see, we had a mission to go down to this area if you plotted it correctly. And what happened? We stalled out. Now, and when I was saying the box, that's a beautiful fucking box. That's a beautiful box. Because look what happened. And if we go to a line chart, ICT traders see this fucking, like, a golden ticket, essentially, dipped past and then ripped. Dipped past and ripped. I don't know. Here's the fair value gap, some bullshit, right? As soon as we tore through that, sure, you could have taken longs underneath the fair value, so somewhere like right here, 65 points, targeting 120, blah, da, 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 da. You want to use fucking easy stuff? Yeah, we played in a box, we dipped low, doesn't mean you buy. If you're going to buy it, I want to see it go down a little bit more, come back, reject, just like this, and continue. That's it. It didn't. It bought up, and with strength, with volume, which definitely was observed, and boom, brought all the way up here. This shows us we are no longer interested in currently going lower. Currently is the key word. We can still absolutely, right? If this thing fails, I'm going to exaggerate it, right? And we come back here, and let's say we fail. What pattern is that? That's a fucking Head and Shoulders, right? I'm not trying to be funny. It just is what it is. What you'd want trying to get this to where it makes sense, is this neckline to break, maybe small one candle to even like this kind of candle retest, so boink, and then break down. The hard part is you're falling right back into demand. Demand is going to fucking hold a lot better than your little strategy. So the better way would be actually to let it creep down, right? Unfortunately, you're going to have to let it wait for a failure there, right? You really can't take that because you can't buy its supports, right? You can't throw a bouncy ball through the floor. You have to wait till the bouncy ball can go through a level, or you can swim underneath a level, come back, test that level. People still need to be not interested, right? Look, break, retest, break that low, and look where it went. You could have risk here, 30 points, 84 points, 85 points, right? That's the strategy. That's all it is. Here, same thing. Now, this broke through, and we never really got the retest, so don't take it, right? Don't have to take it. That's where I fucked up. It broke down, nice, took the retest, and it failed. This was a nice retest, right? This is one level, this is two level. One does not have more severity than the other. Beautiful opportunity. Could have taken the short underneath this low, risking 50 points. Hindsight 2020. So, why did I take my trade? I missed the first one for a long move, which was a baller fucking move. And I actually was hesitating pretty hard. It kind of annoyed me. Didn't think I'd trade today, but real risk would have been underneath probably 65 points. And then here, right around there. Okay? So, just for a 2-to-1, I'm not trying to be perfect, but you could see why. On top of that, I'm showing you the hourly. Look at the same thing. We dipped, bought aggressive. Once we broke through that level and we had strength behind it, there was no way to stop it, right? There was really no way. Buyers just kept buying and buying and buying, right? The idea for me was going up to 25,360. That's a great level for a daily time frame and a zone. I'm not going to break that down because this video is already long enough. So, missed my exit, or missed my entry. Was like, fuck. Now, I wanted to go short here, right? I'm playing the level-to-level game. Rejected. Look at that beautiful rejection. Could have taken it. Risked 40 points to make 80. Would have failed. I didn't. Because we're so strong, it doesn't make sense to go short. We broke a key structure on the hourly time frame. Right? This is now a break of structure. If you want to draw that in, I don't know what you want. If that's not fucking easy enough for you to see, then maybe your eyeballs need checked. Break of structure. Beautiful break of structure. So now, there's no reason to go fucking short. There's no reason. You could have gone short here. Absolutely, you could have gone short here. Right? On this retest, risking 25 points and easily made damn near 100. But once it broke up and held, sorry guys, we're playing with a different game. And I liked the long. Truthfully, I wanted the long up into right here. But we had already made an extensive move. So I took a base hit, and I am more of a fearful trader for those that are asking. I am a more fearful trader. I recognize that about myself. I understand it's not healthy, it sucks, but it does help me in the sense of not over leveraging. It doesn't, fuck with my head too much. It's just when I'm in positions, I cannot always stay comfortable enough to take the position, right? To stay in it, right? And then this is now looking to be a great finishing trade. Look, we're 60 points up. It has to break above this area. If it can break above and hold with a body, we can easily just get the last 30 points. Okay? So, took the long here. And then my entries is to the T, right? Entered on 25,186.5. I had a 50 point stop loss. Got out at 25,242. Very late in the day. So, just took the base hit. As soon as I had one contract on a micro, not even a mini. I'm not trading big. I'm still getting the consistency. And I implore people who are still learning, do not trade big. Just a quick recap for me. I had one account prior, and I blew it. Only one. I've only had one prop account, and I blew one. And it took me a fucking 10 months to blow that account. Averagely, it's blown within 7 to 9 days. So just less than 10 days, some idiot has already bought, sold, and blow. Or went super heavy on puts, and they got fucking creamed. Right? I don't care. If you want to pass your account, pass the account. But after that, you're going to put the brakes on and be fucking timid. Right? That's a stupid mentality for me. I'd rather take $30 is what I pay a month, take it on the chin, lose, win, lose, win, whatever. But I'm getting those reps in. And I think that's something that you people don't understand, is that this prop firm allows you to get so fucking good that by the time you're actually meant to trade and pass your account, you won't have to put the brakes. This is natural to me, right? This was a natural move. Now that I'm understanding what I'm doing wrong, what I've been doing wrong, how to fix it, how to adjust it, and it's not magic. I just didn't realize the system on top of context. That's the fucking problem, because everyone wants to say, oh, here's orb. Okay, well, let's fucking play. I'll fucking entertain you. You tell me. Were you really going to take longs into supply? Are you really going to take that? Take fucking longs into supply? I don't think so. Abso-fucking-lutely not, you're not. And if you say you are, you're full of shit. You're never going to take a buy position into supply. Because why? Okay, well, let's say we had the same thing. We were off by 30 points. Okay. Let's just say for shits and giggles, you would have got fucking wrecked. And that's what happens all the goddamn time. Okay, well, let's try a bigger one. Still got fucking wrecked. I did a 50, 100, 50, 100. You would have gotten wrecked. You would have had a over 60 point stop loss, which is $120 per share, per contract. That's stupid. On top of the fact, you want to go with the trend. Trend is your friend. A lot of people love taking the reversals. I sure as fuck tried, and I get smacked in the mouth every goddamn time. So realize that when you're trading, you can wait for the break and retest. Yeah, this was a absolute break and retest. We broke up, retested. I just wasn't comfortable because this easily could do what? Fail. And if we fail under here, and especially under here, which is what I was kind of hoping, and we turn and fuck over all the buyers, this sell has no limits to stop. You know what I mean? And you're like, no, I don't. Okay, so let's draw this out. I'm not even going to count this as a pullback. That's not a fucking crazy pullback. Okay? Oh, look. What do you see? Huh. So, at this point, left shoulder, head, right shoulder, inverted head and shoulders. So that's kind of what? A bullish sign that we're going to go up. Does it mean I understood that at the time? No, I didn't even see this until just now. What I was hoping for is we do this failure right here, this look, would fail below, right? Fail underneath this low, especially, fucking up all the buyers, and they would have had to have waited to get to here, and the worst case is get all the way down here. That is a kind of a legitimate idea. Why? Because we're back into supply. Fail, break and retest all the way down. You take this trade, I'm saying, let's just say we're late. We get in just a little bit late. I'm going to risk about 50, maybe 60 points. This is a 150 point move, right? This is a 400 point move. That's fucking ridiculous. Do you understand the gravity of the now predicament you would be in if you fucking tried to go heavy on a short setup here and then got wrecked, or try to go long on a break? And this is kind of how it works sometimes. You will get fucked up. Trust me, I'm not immune to being fucked up. I took a loss yesterday, right? But I'm learning to be more confident in my ability and just remain patient. This was beautiful, right? We fucked over buyers, and sellers had the absolute hand because they could not get the fucking ground until a big level. That is what trading is. It's fucking over somebody else in order to get what you want. All that it is. I'm proud of how I'm doing. I know I have a fuck ton more to do, and a fuck ton more to learn, but this is nice. And if you really wanted to think about it, I took the breakout. I just realized this too. I'm going to move this over and you're going to see something kind of magical. This was the break retest. If you would have bought in here, same risk, you'd be having 0 drawdown right now. Sometimes the breakouts are not always the best. I'm learning that. I just have a hard time waiting for that retest, and that's what's advantageous. So, take with that with what you want. If you want to learn more, I am not a teacher, but I would recommend 2 people. Felony Trades. He's absolutely fucking goated. He knows what the fuck he's doing. He's a verified great trader. I'm not sponsored by him. And then FX or Alex FXG or something like that. Like, I watched his entire video. I'm rewatching it now. Trying to find it for you. Just give me 1 second. Okay. This guy, FX Alex G. He literally has a 10-hour course teaching you how to fucking trade. And I'm trading his system now. I've understood break and retest for all these years, but I never understood the context and the gravity of how easy it fucking can be, instead of, you know, here's the cross, here's the EMA. The EMA is great because it gives you a hand, but truth be told, the price action's the proof of the pudding. And you can see I damn near was able to get entries like amazingly accurate. So those 2 people I really admire. I don't know. You know, other than that, just gotta do the best you can. I hope you all are having a great day. Happy Friday the 14th. Again, if you are a struggling trader, we all struggle. Trading is not a fucking, you know, I take a pill and I'm escaping the hardships. It's not. You really do have to struggle for quite some time. I've been doing this since 2021, and I'm not even profitable still. Right? This is still just me talking on a YouTube for me in my lecture time. But I would say, again, just don't complicate it. You see my screen. It's not that complicated. It literally comprises, outside of these boxes that I don't even fucking use, I was just showing you the common sense. I use lines, which is support and resistance. You have to have. I use an EMA to show me direction, right? Because if we break under, a high chance, but has to have context. Right? This is a pretty decent context. We're in supply, broke under, good sign of reversal. Could have been a great short. could have. I can tell you it was a great short yesterday. Right? Underneath the EMA, came and retested this level. Beautiful. Right? Came into an EMA, come into the level. Just didn't work. Alright? So, just know, like, it's not going to be 100%. So, again, EMA, levels, and then price action. Just learning how to read price action. Jake Trade, or Rake Trades, sorry, always talks about a book called Bar by Bar. It's an extensively thick book, but you want to learn how to read bars really well and take your mind and your mental edge to a different plane. Read that book, because you'll learn the nuances of how these bars operate. And what's the purpose behind each bar, and what's the nuance behind each bar, and how do they actually work together to paint you the perfect Mona Lisa. This is beautiful to most people. This is beautiful. Some people just don't know how to read it, because I can easily just and then give you a 4-hour time frame, and most people would look at this and be like, I have no idea what I'm looking at. Alright? It's not until we start learning and putting on plots that we start seeing resistance, support. The EMA is a good guidance. It's nothing fucking crazy, people. I hope you all have a great day. Good luck in your trading. Peace.